Hello and welcome to Tuesday's Lunch Break Live, where I share simple, applicable tips that you can incorporate immediately to live your healthiest and happiest life. And today's topic, I'm going to give y'all one simple trick that you can incorporate right now. I'm going to teach you how to do it that will help you stop mindless eating or snacking. But it also does some really cool things for your overall health, like lower your blood pressure, reduce stress, and reduce appetite. So I'm going to teach you how to do that here shortly. But first, let me introduce myself. I'm Kim Clinkenbeard. Over the past 30 years, I've helped thousands of people take back their health and reach their goals through fitness and nutrition. And today, I help women over 40 and do the same through my mind and body transformation program. So, one simple trick. And before we get started, I want to encourage you guys to ask me anything. If you're wanting to ask me a question, or if you have something that you're confused about, I invite you while you're on right now to post it in the comments, and I will answer anything for you during this little time we have together, okay? So let's talk about this time of year. In the middle of chaos and busyness, this is Thanksgiving week, but this is applicable to any time of year. So it is important to learn how and know how to take these little mini rests. So what I mean by that, we think if we're going to take a rest, it's going to be like a rest day or a staycation, and that we have to like turn everything off and we have to sit down and we have to have a little Zen area that's relaxing and calm. And that's, let's just face it, that's not conducive to real life for most of us. At least it's not for me. So it's important to learn how to take these little mini rest breaks, and you can do that within your day, in the middle of the chaos surrounding you and in the middle of the busyness that you have going on. So I do this periodically, and it all comes back to this one trick that I'm fixing to teach you guys. So the way I incorporate this is I could be cooking or doing dishes or typing emails or whatever. I can have people all around me. I can have chaos kind of going all around me. But I know how to take this little mental rest break within that. And it doesn't take very long, but you can lower your blood pressure, lower your heart rate, control of your breathing, and just take a minute, and it calms the mind, and it also helps refocus you. And so I do like to do this often during my work sessions as well. I don't know about y'all, but sometimes, raise your hand in the comments if this sounds like you. For me, I have so many thoughts and ideas that sometimes just kind of flood into my mind. It's hard for me to stay focused on one task. And so for me, what I typically do is I have a little notebook all over the house. I work from home, so I have these little notebooks all over the place where I can jot those down and get them out of my mind pretty quickly, so that then I can refocus myself. But there's a technique that I'm going to teach you guys that you can incorporate also to help you do that as well. And so sometimes it's not a creative burst. Sometimes it is an anxiety, or even we rehash or overthink some problems or conversations that we've had, or conversations that we need to have, or some angst within a work relationship or a private family thing or whatever, that we tend to fill our mind with some chaotic thoughts. So this also applies to that. And so you can take this mini rest break, calm your mind. It also calms your body, which then translates into not overeating. So when we're stressed, our body produces a hormone called cortisol, and I know we've all heard of that. But cortisol activates the hunger hormone, and that will lead you to be kind of hungry because you're stress eating. It feels hungry, and it's a stress eating. And so typically we reach for things that are not good for us, right? So when we're in the middle of stress, we typically don't go to like carrots or veggies or something like that. We typically go to sugar. right? Just to be quite frank, sugar or processed food, the snacky things like chips and pretzels and crackers, and then the sweets, okay? So this hits that. So as we control, we're going to use our breath to help us do a mini rest. We can do it in the car, we can do it at work, we can do it in the middle of a conversation. And it's also great to incorporate some prayer as well during that. And so I think mantras and meditation sometimes in the Christian community can get a bad rap, and you can turn this into a mantra of saying whatever it is. So Jesus loves me, Jesus saves, whatever you want to incorporate into that to kind of replace any weird negative thoughts you have going on. You need to replace that with a replacement thought. So that can be part of your breathing technique that I'm going to help take you through right now. So if you haven't guessed, it's going to be breathing that we're going to learn how to do. But there's a simple way to do that. And then I'm going to give you another little hack that you can do at the doctor's office to help your numbers be better as well. Okay, so right now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to close our eyes. Now, I'm going to speak to you guys, but close your eyes, and I'm going to guide you through a breathing technique that you can incorporate anywhere. Now, when you're doing this during your day, you don't have to close your eyes to do it. However, I mean, if you're in the middle of a conversation with somebody, don't close your eyes. But if you are just at work, getting all distractions away from you visually really helps focus the mind and calm the heart rate down. Okay, so close your eyes, and you're going to inhale through your nose for 3 counts. So inhale, 2, 3, and hold that breath, 2, 3, 4, and slowly exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale through your nose, 2, 3, 4, and hold it, 4, 3, 2, and slowly exhale out your mouth, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more time. Inhale through your nose, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, and exhale out your mouth slowly, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Open your eyes. As we inhale, our heart and our lungs and our breathing are connected, cardiorespiratory system. So as we inhale, our heart rates rise a little bit. But as we slowly exhale all that breath out of your lungs, it will also lower your heart rate, which then in turn lowers your blood pressure. And both of those things affect the brain and how your behavior comes out and what your thoughts do. So you can calm the mind by calming the heart and by lowering the blood pressure. Okay, so if you're at the doctor's office, I told you guys that I was going to tell you how to do this at the doctor's office. So when they put the blood pressure cuff on your arm to take your blood pressure at the doctor's office, typically our blood pressure automatically rises just a few points. For one, we're at the doctor's office, right? And that's kind of anxiety ridden. But two, when someone's testing your blood pressure, it's gonna make your blood pressure come up. So if you will do this breathing technique, inhale through your nose for about 4 counts. Hold it for just a couple, and then start slowly exhaling out as the cuff is filling up with air, right? As it's doing its thing to start taking the blood pressure. So it gets tighter and it fills up with air and it squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. That's when you're gonna start inhaling and holding your breath. And then as it starts releasing that pressure, you will start exhaling with that. And that will give you a lower blood pressure reading at the doctor's office. So there's a tip too. Okay, so hopefully guys, that is valuable, helpful information. So taking control of your breath in the middle of busyness and chaos does multiple things. Physiologically, it reduces our appetite. It lowers our heart rate and blood pressure. It calms the mind and refocuses us. and it lowers cortisol, which then in turn helps us control our mindless snacking, and we don't reach for those sugary or, snacky items, salty, sugary items that are maybe a little bit more unhealthy for us during those times, right? It controls our hunger stimulus. So during the Thanksgiving holiday, when you have family coming over and kids are running around and families doing their thing and football's in the background and dishes are being broken and, dropped and food is getting passed around and whatever else is going on, it seems kind of chaotic and you're trying to get everything done either in preparation or during the holiday, take a moment during your task, while you're working on your task, to focus on your breathing and see if it doesn't calm the state and bring you some calm amidst the busyness and the chaos. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. If you have questions, I know some of you are watching live and I so appreciate that. But for those of you who missed me live, if you guys were watching the replay, if you have questions for me, put them in the comments. I would love to answer your questions, and I will answer those either in another video or immediately below, or I'll message you or message me if it's something private you want to discuss that you don't want to share publicly. But put your questions in the comments. I would love to answer those. I thank you so much for joining me for these videos and watching them. If you enjoy these, please like and share. Tag a friend if you think that they would find it helpful and valuable. And let me know if you practice this breathing technique during the holidays and find your rest amidst the busyness and the chaos of everyday life, and lower your blood pressure, lower your heart rate, lower your appetite, and your stress hormone, which is cortisol. Love you guys. Have a great week and a happy holidays. Talk to y'all later. Bye.